So I wake up and make it reality. I choose the second option always.
Do not let his size or gentle looks fool you. Illia Topuria is one of the baddest predators in the octagon.
No soy el trapo ni de Jair, no soy ni el paquete de Brian Ortega, no soy ni la nariz torcida de Max Holloway, soy Illia Topuria.
At this point, no MMA fan can underestimate this guy. He's as lethal as they come. One thing about Illia is that while he has deadly submission skills in his arsenal, he loves to keep the fight standing. And for this reason, it's no surprise that he has some of the smoothest, most brutal knockouts you'll ever see. Today, we count down Illia Topuria's top 5 most savage knockouts. Welcome back to Box Zone. Coming in at number 5, Topuria vs. Damon Jackson UFC Fight Night, December 5th, 2020. A fighter with more experience, having competed in Bellator and Legacy. Jackson had also won his UFC debut by submitting his opponent. But none of that stopped Topuria from turning him into a punching bag. Like most of Topuria's opponents would soon learn, Jackson found out the hard way. Standing and trading with Topuria is a suicide mission. The victory pushed Topuria's MMA record to 10-0 and started putting eyes on him. Coming in at number 4, Topuria vs. Ryan Hall, UFC 264, July 10th, 2021. At this time, Topuria had won 2 out of 2 in his UFC career, coming off the brutal knockout of Jackson you just saw. Anticipation was high. People wanted to see what this guy could do next. His next opponent was Ryan Hall, a so-called jiu-jitsu wizard and the winner of Season 22 of The Ultimate Fighter. Now, don't get things mixed up. This guy wasn't just some momentum-building fight for Topuria. Like Topuria, he was also 2-0 in the UFC, and one of those wins included a submission victory over BJ Penn. One of the toughest guys you could face in the octagon. However, when Hall met Topuria, the biggest mistake of his career was underestimating him, evident from the awkward way he was fighting, and he got brutally punished for it. Topuria made him look like an amateur who needed schooling. The funniest thing about that knockout was Hall acting like he was onto something, when in reality, Topuria made him look like a total fool.
Oh, big hammer fist by Topuria. There it is. Big shot. Oh, big shot. That he wasn't being defensively responsible.
Coming in at number 3, Topuria vs. Jai Herbert, UFC. Fight Night, March 19th, 2022. We continue with Illia's career in the UFC with his 3rd fight after the knockout against Hall. Topuria faced Jai Herbert at UFC Fight Night, Volkov vs. Aspinall. By now, Topuria was already known as dangerous, but no one had truly seen the full extent of that danger yet. In fact, it would still take a few more fights for people to recognize the real predator. However, if there's one thing this fight with Herbert did, it brought people a step closer to seeing the monster Topuria truly is. The finish was calculated, precise, and brutal.
Unbelievable knockout by Topuria. The O2 can't believe what's just happened.
The crazy thing about Topuria's finishes is how easy he makes them look. However, the feints, techniques, and overall skill behind them show the kind of talent he truly is. Coming in at number 2, Topuria vs. Volkanovski, UFC 298, February 17th, 2024. This one is the most emotional for UFC fans, because it literally almost ended a fan favorite's career. I'm talking about none other than Alexander Volkanovski, who recently went to war and regained his title against Diego Lopez at UFC 314. Considered the greatest featherweight of all time, Volkanovski's UFC record before facing Topuria were 2 defeats to Islam Makhachev, and there was no shame in those. First, because Islam Makhachev is Islam Makhachev. No UFC fan needs further explanation. Volkanovski stepped out of his comfort zone twice, moving up to lightweight to challenge Makhachev, with the second fight even being on short notice. 11 days to be exact.
You want that fight?
Rematch? Let's do it. Done. Rematch it is.
Immediately?
Immediately.
However, when Topuria came for Volkanovski's featherweight crown, he didn't just take the title, he put a halt to Volkanovski's legacy in the process.
You see the early bodily investment by Volkanovski, Topuria's success.
And the way he did it? Brutal. Seeing Volkanovski eat those punches and go down was one of the most savage moments in UFC history. Topuria did that to a man who had built a legacy as one of the best. The next knockout takes it even a step further. Coming in at number 1, Topuria versus Max Holloway, UFC 308, October 26, 2025. We've come down to the most brutal Illia Topuria knockout. The blessed Max Holloway. Now, this one holds legendary status not just because it's Max freaking Holloway, but because at this time, Holloway was on a legendary comeback.
Considered one of the best boxers in the UFC, and a guy that is not ready to give up his place in the division just yet.
He had just beaten Justin Gaethje in one of the most thrilling final seconds of a fight. However, to complete his comeback, he had to go through one man. The man that, even moments before their fight, some still weren't convinced was more than just good. They doubted whether he was truly among the best. Illia Topuria. Topuria said he would knock out Holloway. It sounded like confidence. But in reality, it was a man who knew exactly how dangerous he was.
In this fight, but after beating him, it's like I feel as the BMF, but it's something I do for myself.
Because when fight night came, Topuria left no doubts with this knockout.
He slaps to set up this big right hand, and that's the first time in a while that we have seen Max really wobbled, really dazed. You see him stagger back, and here's notice it. Oh, that left hook. Oh my God, that's where he puts him down. And then you see his hammer fist. Take a look at that. Look at that. Clean, perfect rotation.
Illia cemented his status as the best featherweight in the world. He might look gentle, but don't let his appearance fool you. Topuria is brutal, vicious, and every word in that category. Do you believe Topuria is amongst the best now? If you do, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not forget to smash that like button. Hit that bell and subscribe for more electrifying MMA content. Until next time, keep your guard up and stay ready for the next monster knockout. See you next time at Box Zone.